The new ECB scheme is proving socially beneficial to credit John Nguyen, JNVisuals Intensity. This is what cricket coaches want to see from all their players on the field. And never have I seen such intensity in any cricketers as I did last week. Afghan refugees made up the majority of players at a MUGA multi-use games area on a housing estate in Luton. They hit the ball as hard and high as they could, which was a long way given the physicality of their upbringing back home, and they either bowled as fast as they could or spun it as hard as they could. The other three players in this Lord's Taverners Wickets game were Irish travellers, younger, less physically developed. Most of the dozen Afghan lads were wirily strong, athletic, fast, and if one of them was paired to bat with an Irish lad who was not so quick between wickets and got run out, well, then it sometimes took all the brilliant man management skills of Amran Malik, the coach, using his bit of push-dough to diffuse the anger. Yes, never have I seen a game of cricket, not even the Edgbaston or Oval Tests of 2005 matter so much to the players as this one did to these Afghan boys, even though it was a pick-up friendly, with a plastic bat and ball. After the game, one of those British Army retreats from Kabul during the 19th century Afghan wars sprang to mind, the one when there was a single survivor. Yusuf appeared typical, apart from speaking more English than most. Like the others, he had to be aged under 18 when he arrived in Britain, otherwise immigration would have been far harder, and he had been allotted to foster parents in Luton and attended college. There was no doubting his talent. He bowled brisk left-arm unorthodox wrist spin, like no England cricketer has ever done. Yusuf, 15, is one of the kids from Luton taking part in the program. Credit JNVisuals John Nguyen. "I came from Afghanistan," Yusuf said. "I played a little cricket in the street outside my house, left in 2015, no family, about 30 or 40 of us. I walked for one day and one night. After many months Calais, I cannot go back. Too dangerous." Yusuf's hero is Rashid Khan, the Afghanistan leg spinner and their captain at the rather improbable age of 19, who is the number 11 bowler in the International Cricket Council T20 rankings and making a mint out of franchises around the world. The Lord's Taverners Wickets project is being rolled out in 6 hubs in Luton and most major cities. It predates the Cricket Unleashed action plan for South Asians, which the England and Wales Cricket Board announced on Thursday, being the brainchild of Ebony Reinford Brent in 2012 when she worked for the Taverners. The original vision was to take the sport to previously inaccessible areas in the most deprived communities, said Reinford Brent, who learnt the game in a similar setting before representing England. "We looked at funding, and transport, and everything that gets in the way of these people playing cricket, and the Wickets program is ideal to start them playing. Aimed at 8 to 16-year-olds, Wickets is free, unlike All Stars, which the ECB launched last summer." Rashid Khan is a hugely successful Afghan cricketer. Credit APA. Curious yet gratifying development is that the police have found cricket to be a highly efficient means of teaching social cohesion and life skills to deprived communities. The police officers who lecture a school or social club about the dangers of trespassing on railway lines are usually ignored, but not if they go to a wicket session, join in, appear human like everyone else, and then give a 5-minute talk. "Once you've got these kids socializing and playing cricket, you've got a captive audience," said Martin Darlow, who was a senior detective in Luton until he became the chief executive of Bedfordshire Cricket. "The cricket came first, then we introduced the police with lots of key messages around community safety. We introduced network rail safety, because Luton has a main line and 3 railway stations and there were hundreds of incidents a year of trespass. Luton suffered from gun and gang crime around postcodes, multi-ethnic gangs because that's the way kids operate now, with drive-by shootings and stabbings. It was easily in the Home Office's top 10 as a hotbed in terms of radicalization as well. We had the fire service giving presentations about the dangers of arson and the kids loved it, Darlow added. Coach Amran Malik leads the Luton The Wickets project. Credit John Nguyen, JNVisuals, and not just to deliver the message but to open communication channels. We had an incident at Luton Sixth Form College where a lad who had been on a Wickets program had information that his mates would be attacked with knives, and I would argue that would have gone ahead if he hadn't got in contact with us. And it's not just boys, but girls as well. Darlow gives much credit to Dan Wilson, the chief organizer of Wickets, for bringing socially excluded children together. Asked if football could do a similar job, Darlow replied, "I don't think there's that level of respect and courtesy and fair play that exists in cricket. England's test team is ailing, short of new blood, especially fast bowlers and attacking spinners. So where better to find it than in the Afghan community?" Yet Yusuf belongs to no club and it is unlikely his foster parents will want to splash out £200 for a bat and as much again for clothing, equipment, club and match fees. Raw, uncoached talents like Yusuf are made for the ECB City Cup for 16 to 21-year-olds, which I launched 10 years ago as the Wisden City Cup before it grew too big and the ECB kindly took it on, and which they have extended to 14 cities, including Luton. As an addition to its action plan, why cannot the ECB, with its new broadcasting deal secured, offer an annual contract of £100,000 to anyone who is or will be qualified for England, and who can bowl 6 consecutive balls at 90 miles per hour, or spin a ball at more than 2,200 revolutions per minute? You might think an Afghan lad who is given such a contract, and who reaches the top, will then race off to T20 franchises around the world. Perhaps a few might, but I would guess that many more will be intensely motivated to repay their debt to their adopted home. Ask Yusuf which country he wants to play for and he says, without hesitation, England.